Hello everybody, welcome back to some Resi 7. Now you might be wondering, if you've been following both this and the Everything Possible series that I was doing, you might be wondering, well, where's the Everything Possible for up to the Mia fight that could have happened there? Or even up to the mutated Jack fight. You know, where's Everything Possible for that? I didn't. I don't know. If you guys really want me to continue them, I will. But it was just, I'm basically playing the same game twice. Now, and you know, you're barely seeing any of the second playthrough. So I just decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm already picking up everything during like my regular playthrough here. So if you really want to pick, well, I mean, I think I'm getting everything anyway. I mean, I have the X-ray glasses on. I have the thing up so that I can find any of the documents that are needed in that. I'm even bothering to shoot the Mr. Everywheres that I'd already got the achievement for. So, I mean, continuing on, we're heading into the mines. I'm making use of my range and enhanced bullets here to clear out the molded that I can find. Now we're about to come across quite a few traps, and this should be the final part to the game, I would imagine. I don't think that like, I'm pretty sure we should make it to the final boss in this part. I'll probably record to the final boss either way. Where are no? Either way, and then just so like if there's just like an abrupt cut at some point, that's just means that it definitely took me longer than an hour to make it to the end. And once we're done this, we'll go through the DLCs. I was gonna do the Not a Hero DLC first, but then I was looking through, and I've been, like I said before, I've been playing a little bit of the DLCs, and I think it would make more sense to go through Clancy's stuff first. That is a lot of shit, and I can't actually make anything out of it, so I'll actually have to run back and dump some stuff off. But yeah, we'll go through all the Clancy stuff first. Like I said, I haven't played the Daughters one. I haven't played Bedroom, but I know what it is, and I've played 21, which I will still do a video in. The base one, I won't do either of the survival modes because it's just the same thing, and the base one is actual story, whereas the rest of them are not. The other ones are just if you wish to play it more, because it is rather fun, I will admit. Although I will say, in the Survival Plus mode, I think I only made it through 3 guys on that one before I died. And the second guy was really fucking annoying. But anyway, more on that, you know, after we finish the game. But we are on our way to the end. We are searching for Evelyn, and along the way hoping to pick up a thing that will let us kill her. And because it's, you know, a Resident Evil, or more specifically, since it's a horror game, of course we have to go deep underground into a mine, because why not? But yeah, I don't know which DLC I'll do first. I feel like I should do 21 last, because I'm reasonably certain. So like I said, the DLCs, the ones I'm talking about there, they all have to do with Clancy, which is the guy that you play in both the first tape. Can't remember what the first tape is called, but in the first tape and in the Happy Birthday tape. Okay, so we'll do that. so that when he shows up, that'll happen. And then we'll do this. Oh, and then that one's still alive. Goodbye to you. There we go. That should do it, I would imagine. No, really? I'm gonna say you can't have much left in you. Damn, on easy, those are one-shots, those remote mines. It's honestly a little ridiculous that they aren't. Although they don't one-shot me, so I guess. But yeah, I've severely given up on getting all the achievements for this game. And by that, I mean I've stopped playing Madhouse difficulty. Like I said, I just wasn't really having any fun with it, and I have no intention of touching the Ethan Must Die mode because it just doesn't seem fun to me at all. I may or may not try and get I think there's only one achievement for the Nightmare mode, which is the Wave Survival, and I think the first DLC that I'm gonna play. My only issue with playing that one is that I imagine that since that they do set you a time limit, you know, like make it to 5 a.m. or something, I think. Make it to 5 a.m. I imagine that there is, in fact, like a cutscene or something if you manage it. And I highly, highly doubt that I will make it there. Although, to be fair, I guess it isn't, like, insanely hard or anything. Like, all things considered, it seems like for a wave survival mode, it seems very doable to last because you only need to survive 5 waves, I think. So I mean, it does seem very doable, and I do technically, since I've played it once now, I do technically have some upgrades that I'll be going into it with. Because both of those game modes, 21 and Nightmare, I guess kind of Ethan Must Die, but not really, have a system where if you finish them, or like you get points and shit as you play through it, and once you've finished it, those points will then unlock stuff for future run-throughs. So I mean, I do technically have some upgrades, and since, like I said, I think I finished 4 waves last time, I might be able to do it. But either way, I'm only gonna... If you're wondering why I dead stopped there, it's because as I was running up the stairs, I remembered that there was a bomb on the stairs. And I dead stopped in the hope that oh yeah, there should be, I think I missed, well, I say missed. Obviously not if I can go back and get it, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible that I'll manage to finish it, but if I don't, I'm not gonna keep going just to see what kind of a cutscene I get at the end, because I mean, we know that Clancy doesn't make it anyway. But yeah, I think I'll start with Nightmare and then go to Bedroom and then go to 21, because I know, just based on the ending of 21, I'm pretty sure that it's the one. Oh, steroids, nice. I'm 90% sure that it's the one that comes before the Happy Birthday tape. Like, I'm pretty sure that after you finish the 21 thing there is when he gets dragged into the Happy Birthday place. Thanks to you guys, it's been about a week since my head's been clear and back to normal, and she still thinks she's got me. You guys really need to work on fixing that. Not only does she look like a little kid, but she's about as stupid as one too. Mom and Dad are still totally under, though. I was wondering, is this whole family obsession something you guys programmed into her? It's kind of fucked up. That bitch Mia is still somewhere in between Evie La La Land and reality. She gets pretty violent, so I locked her up in a cell. I thought maybe Evelyn would get mad since Mia's her favorite and all, but she doesn't seem to care. She actually goes and visits her sometimes. She thinks Mia's her mommy. Like I said, your bioweapon is fucked up. Evelyn's family obsession is getting out of hand. She's making everyone kidnap more and more assholes off the street to add to her freak show of a family. Maybe she's getting tired of Mia not coming around, but it's a pain in the ass for me because I gotta clean up the mess whenever someone new comes along. By the way, Evie's looking sick or something. Her skin is getting all wrinkly and she's getting gray hairs. So that's supposed to happen. It's almost like she's getting old all of a sudden. So this here, along with a few other things that you could pick up, is very much leading you into, hey, that little girl that you've been seeing is also Grandma. Now, just in case you don't get it, let's see. This report details the symptoms that appear when the bacterium that grows inside the E-series affects a human. Be sure to read this document thoroughly before dealing with E-series weaponized assets, hereafter referred to as mold. Initial infection, the mold ingests nutrients from the subject's body to propagate itself and slowly takes over cells within the body. As a side effect of this, the infected subject gains remarkable regenerative abilities. During experiments, we removed arms and legs from test subjects and found that they were able to co-opt the amputated limbs in a matter of minutes. Mid-stage infection. Once the mold reaches the brain, the subject's thoughts become in tune with those of the E-series asset. The subject starts to hear things and experience hallucinations and soon comes under complete control of the E-series asset. If this state continues, the host will lose all sense of ego. Complete infection. After every cell in the body has been taken over by the mold, the subject begins to lose their human form. Physical mutations differ from case to case, but all result in him or her acquiring incredible physical strength. Containing a subject at this stage would be extremely difficult. But yeah, it's very much leading up to, hey, Evie is also Grandma. Very serious dosage test. And yeah, this is just like laying everything out. Those emails that we got were from Lucas to somebody. I think maybe in the Not a Hero DLC they might say who he's talking to. E-necrotoxin. Destroys cells of any subject based on the E-series bioweapon model. Used only for disposal of E-series assets. Toxin must first be stimulated before use. Do this by placing a sample of an E-series cells into the necrotoxin container. So basically, Evelyn tissue samples. But yeah, like this lab here for some reason exists. And just kind of lays everything out for you. If you take the time to read the stuff. Like you can ignore every other document in this game and just read these and you'll have more than enough information. Oh god, 7 pages. This project was instigated in 2000 as one of several concepts for the company's NextBAS, Next Generation Experimental Battlefield Superiority Initiative, working with technical assistance from HCF to develop a bioweapon for neutralizing combatants en masse with minimal direct contact. NextBAS was later folded and all its assets diverted to this project. What makes this project markedly different from conventional weapons is its ability to turn enemy combatants into allies, converting hostile elements into willing servants. Good god, 7 pages. Oh, fuck. Census effectively eliminates the costs of not only POW handling, but also combat itself. It's no wonder we had the blank and even organization chomping at the bit to get on board. Now, they have like a certain number of squares there. I wonder if that actually means it's supposed to be that many letters, or that's just how many squares it took to cover up their words. The project would never existed were it not for the discovery in blank of blank, the remarkably progressed vicariant evolution fungus that we commonly term the mutamycete, which I'm assuming is probably a real thing. The fabrication method for each bioweapon is to introduce the mutamycete genome to a pre-stage 4 human embryo and perform cultivation in a controlled environment over a period of 38 to 40 weeks. Pre-stage 4 human embryo. Isn't stage 4 like birth? I mean, there's 3 trimesters. I guess there's probably more than 3 stages, though. Because, I mean, embryos do go through, like, babies go through a lot of shit before they're, like, ready to come out. I imagine there's a lot of stage. Anyway, the resultant organisms were referred to as candidate specimens and graded based on usability from the impractical and faulty series A through D to the perfected E series. Common appearance was selected for the bioweapons that of a roughly 10-year-old girl to ensure ease of blending in with urban and refugee populations. What if it's like an urban or refugee like the same 10-year-old girl? Because, like, if you're going to drop a bioweapon in the middle of Harlem, you can't really just have, like, the little white girl running around, can you? I mean, I guess you could. There's probably at least a couple in there, but, I mean, you want her to blend in more, right? Anyway, the first E-series specimen, named Evelyn, has proven capable of secreting the mutamycete blank from her tissue at will. It is also of note that Evelyn's mutamycete imposes a profound control over body and mind when introduced into a host organism. We still have a lot to learn about the mechanism by which Evelyn achieves and maintains this control, but the working theory is that the vector is similar to the auto-inducer pheromones used for quorum sensing in Pseudomonas bacteria. Wow, that's a bunch of stuff that I don't particularly know. I don't know what the fuck a quorum is, period. But basically she uses pheromones. You just have to get close to her for her to control you, which might make you wonder, why are we still ourselves? Evelyn's control is exerted in a series of discrete stages, the first of which is hallucination. Almost immediately after infection, the subject begins to see images of Evelyn, though she is not in fact there, and even hear her voice, which is inaudible to anyone else. Auditions with infected subjects throughout the stages of infection reveal that at first, the Phantom Evelyn appears to be a normal young girl, sometimes desiring companionship or assistance. As time progresses, she begins making more and more extreme demands, including self-mutilation and attacks on other people. Now, as we've been progressing through this game, we have not had much in the way of like hallucinations and that outside of the guest house when we're going to get the arm. I think that's the only time that we saw or heard anything Evelyn related. I think. The psychological shock this induces helps to break down the mind's natural barriers to Evelyn's brainwashing effect, and by the time mental control is achieved, the mutamycete infection has progressed throughout the body's cells, so the body blank. Now, I don't know why they blanked out a lot of that. I don't know if it's just like they don't actually know, like they didn't actually know at the time what they were going to, like what they needed for that or what, but it's very weird. Evelyn's functions also include the ability to form organisms of mycelia, the fungal filaments. The term organism is used loosely here. Strictly speaking, they are superorganisms formed of countless mycelia. What's important, though, is that they exhibit a strong survival instinct and will defend themselves ferociously with the slightest provocation. Their fungal toughness and remarkable strength give them significant battlefield potential. The researchers have been calling these superorganisms made in mold and also molded as a shape. The name has a certain elegance to it. So, this makes it seem like the regular enemies that we've been fighting aren't real people, even though there have been other things that have made it seem like it takes over. Now, to be fair, it very well could be both. I mean, it could very well be that some of them that we fought have been taken over, like the people that they kidnapped and have been taken over and infected, while other ones might just straight up be mold. For the treatment of accidental infections, performing blank on samples of Evelyn's body tissue produces a unique fungicidal serum. Administering the serum to an infected subject will cause the mycelia to calcify, but if the subject's cells are already largely invaded, the serum will be fatal. Since the treatment window is so small, the serum's primary use is therefore disposal of infected subjects rather than a cure. In exploring the serum's potential, we found that subjecting it to blank would enhance its effects to extreme potency, becoming a compound we now call E-necrotoxin, which kills in even tiny amounts. I don't know. So basically, this is going over the cure that we used on Jack, which, when we go through the end of Zoe DLC, I do believe that Jack is the final boss on there, even though it takes place after the main game, like well after the main game. Well, I don't know about well after, but after anyway. Which makes very little sense because Marguerite, we killed her, we didn't use the serum, and it still calcified her and melted her. Well, I guess it didn't melt her. She crumbled afterwards. But yeah. What's been interesting to observe in Evelyn's behavior is her obsession with the concept of family. In experiments, we found on multiple occasions that infected subjects were compelled to act as her mother or father, treating her as if she were really their daughter. Why does she settle upon family is the theme for her mental control. It's just speculation, but it could be that she instinctively understands that a family unit is better suited to playing into social groups than a lone girl. On the other hand, while a sentimental sort might suggest she's making up for a perceived lack of love in her quarantined upbringing, a parent's love. Now, I don't know about any of that because she is clearly alive. She clearly thinks. Like, she's clearly not just like a mindless, brainless, whatever. Um, oh, and that was actually the final report. That was all the documents now. But like a lot of things could make her think family. It could be, it's like, oh, families are better for playing in, but it could also be um, something to do with like, oh, families protect you, therefore I need to, have family, like her version of family there, right? We'll throw that in there. We can use a separating agent on it if we need to. We'll throw these extra bullets in there because odds are we'll pick up more. And then we'll throw down a save. But yeah, that was the last file. If you've been following along and getting them all, oh nice, you should get an achievement there. We also found all the coins. The last one I do believe was in the last part. I picked it up. And then you would get an achievement for that too. I can't remember what it is, but the coins on Madhouse are in different places because there's more things to open with them. Now from here, I don't think that there's a huge amount of enemies left. If I'm not mistaken, I probably should have brought the because I think that that's the last save point, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know what? I will actually go and grab some extra stuff here. Because since it's, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's the final thing, we may as well just load up and go in ready for everything, So, like, we may as well take the grenade launcher. Where did those go? Take that. You know what? I think I'm going to get rid of this because I can always use actual bullets if I need to. We'll take those and the solid fuel. And make some more of those rounds. We'll also do this. And we'll actually switch those two around. I'd much rather have that there. Got a bunch of enhanced handgun ammo. I could take the Magnum as well, but that seems like overkill. There. And then we'll leave 5 slots open. Right, here we go. This should do better. I guess I could have gave myself some regular handgun ammo just to like have my 3 shots of it to switch over to for like crates and that, but I mean at this point I'll just use machine gun bullets to pop a crate. So if you listen closely here, there is a little bit of a tune being played. Yeah, there's significantly more Magnum ammo than I first thought. But I guess a lot of it is, like, actually hidden. Oh yeah, if you're wondering about the Nero rounds, by the way, we actually might use one of those coming up. Because there is a couple more of those bloater guys. Oh, here we go. Here's some more hallucinations. Nah, I'd rather not, if you don't mind. Now, as you can imagine, with all this crud dropping. God damn it. I hate those guys with no arms. They move just so weirdly. Now, I would probably recommend, if you're playing through this yourself and like you're low on ammo. Well, actually, if you're low on ammo at this point, that's definitely not good. But put down my arm just. I hate these little fuckers. They're so much like they are somehow the worst enemy in this game. Like, give me literally 100 of these guys rather than like 2 of those. Like, they are just the absolute worst. And yes, you can say it's like, oh, you just don't know how to deal with them. Yes, clearly, I don't. I mean, to be fair, this here, the machine gun would probably be the way to deal with them better. But also, I hate that nonsense. It's like, I've shot you, haha, I'm going to move closer to you. And not only am I going to move closer to you, I'm going to get a free shot in along the way. Good God. I think it's time to just start blasting. Don't know why I picked up the burner fuel. Don't know why they're still giving me burner fuel. Like, see, like, even that thing there, like, it almost got me because it stumbled forward and just like swung. Like, if somebody's laying into you with a fucking machine gun, made out of mold or not, you don't fucking move towards the bullets. Like, that is multiple impacts that you're just defying the physics of. Like, then there's these assholes who also run, even though they also have a ranged attack. Oh, fuck you. Pull up behind me? Come on. Good. So that right there, quite possibly the hardest fight in the game. Like, I hate, like, because there's two of them, right? It's not even just like one and then the other. It's two at once. They, not only, and here's the thing, once again, my main complaint with this game, it takes too long to heal. Like, you heal, you dump, you have to take out the bottle, you open it up, you dump it on your hand, but then he, like, stares at his fucking hand, and during all of the time that he's staring at his hand, you can be hit. Now, most of the time, it's not that big of a problem, because it's like, oh, that's fine, because, like, you're about to be hit, so, you know, you just, or not you're about to be hit, it's just like you finish the fight and then heal afterwards. But if you have to heal during a fight, it's just a giant go fuck yourself. It's like, I can heal, but in the process of healing, I'm probably going to take another hit and need to heal again, and it's just a vicious cycle. Now, unfortunately, those two fat men, it's probably possible to get past them without killing them. It's not going to be easy. Oh, goody, look at that. We have the map for the mine that we're about to leave. But yeah, it's, I don't know. Like, so much of this game could be fixed if they just, like, sped up healing. Like, that's all they would have to do. Now, this might look familiar. There, by the way, I think is the final bobblehead. Yeah. But yeah, this place might look familiar.
I'm sure of it. It's not here. It's gone. It's gone!
But yeah, this here is the very beginning of the game. Door's locked. Here, the E-001 shows the old lady again, which I think that picture, I'm not sure if that picture was there last time we heard, if it was in that room. But yeah, if you remember, we lay me on that couch, and then we head off into that room, and, well, presumably Jack busts in and gets her. Now, some shit's gonna happen in here that just replays all this shit with Mia.
This is your fault.
Why am I seeing this?
As far as I know, there's nothing to pick up in this part.
Ethan, it's okay. It's okay, it's me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me.
Kill him, Mommy.
But you shouldn't have done that! It fucking hurts!
He doesn't want to be my daddy? Then he can die. Now it's Mommy's turn to kill you.
Yeah, you go through all this. I don't know. Wow. Maybe when you fight Mia up here, she can, like, tear through the walls to come and get at you? Or something? I don't know.
Ethan, help me.
I want to say that this here is where this actually ends, but I guess I need to trigger Oh, here it is. So now, as far as I know, there's no reason to attack her at this stage. She should keep popping up here. And coming for me. Saw that, Evelyn.
You're gonna be one of us. And then maybe you'll play nicely.
I'm not playing.
No! Get that away from me!
Leave me to die. You were always watching me. Why?
Well, there's a big Eevee doll there. I want to say maybe not. I thought maybe the Mia one was close by, but I guess not. But yeah, she'll come at you a bunch. I don't even think that you need to block. It's all hallucinations, but...
Get away! No, you don't!
So yeah, when she starts to do that, you want to block so that, because otherwise you'll get blasted away. I actually got there insanely fast. But now, in case you didn't read any of the documents, the big reveal, the psychotic little Eevee is also Grandma.
Why does everyone hate me?
Because you keep trying to kill him.
Goodbye, Evelyn.
So even though we just injected her with a necrotoxin specifically designed to kill her, you know, it's still Resident Evil though. Ow. Ow. So those shots there are guaranteed, and as you can tell, didn't do any damage. You can die there apparently if you don't do enough damage to her before she gets to you. But unless you're like really being chintzy with your ammo, you shouldn't really have any problems. Unfortunately, the problem that I'm about to have is that none of my guns are loaded because I used all of them on her, but... Thankfully, though, I have a lot of bullets. Now, I can't move right now. Oof, I can get bitch slapped, though. Oof, and that can happen. Come on, just bring my gun. Ow. Bitch.
I just wanted a family.
Now, once again, right there, if you don't do enough damage, you die. But yeah, this here is the final boss. It's super fucking easy. And then they do this. And they actually drop you the Wesker gun. Ooh. Come on, Ethan, get your ass over there. So yeah, this is the gun we've been using the whole game, but it's a different version of it. That has ramrod shells, and it also has 7 shots in it instead of just 3. And yeah, you just unload into her. Now, I don't think that it matters where you shoot her. I'm pretty sure just as long as you connect with it, it'll kill her before your 7 shots are up. But that's it. That's the end of the game. I feel like we definitely did that in under an hour. Yeah, we did. Yeah, the mines aren't very long. But yeah, that's the whole game. We got every item in it as we played through, I think. I think the only thing we didn't pick up was the toy shotgun.
I'm Redfield. I'm glad we found you.
The fuck took you guys so long?
Ethan?
And look, they recovered Mia.
You made it. I'm glad.
Did I?
They say that when one door closes, another opens. Well, a door closed tonight. And what a long night it was. But not just for me. Mia and I weren't the only victims here. So were the Bakers. It was that thing, Evelyn, who made them that way. But now Evelyn's dead. And these guys are here to clean up the mess. I had just come to terms with losing Mia. But now she's back and wants to start over. Put all this behind us. Maybe this is where the next door opens.
So yeah, that's the good ending, I guess. The bad ending is if you choose to save Zoe instead of Mia. What is this? Okay, it is just the credits. But yeah, the bad ending, I still haven't seen it. And I don't know if I ever will, in all honesty. I mean, this is the end, like, this is the true ending of the game. And which, it's a dumb choice to have to make. But I guess they put it in there because it does make sense that you would have to make that choice. It makes no sense that you would ever choose Zoe instead of Mia, but, I mean, I guess it still makes sense that the choice is there. But yeah, I really liked it. I'm not like a huge Resident Evil fan. Like, I fucking love Resident Evil 5. I really like Resident Evil 4. Um, 6 was just so fucking boring. Way too long. And then I never really played anything before that. I played Resident Evil Outbreak, maybe it was called. I don't know. It was something. It wasn't like one of the main games. But it was in like the classic Resident Evil style. I didn't really care for it. I think I played Resident Evil 0, and I didn't really care for it. But I didn't really care for the gameplay of them. Like, I didn't really have a problem with the games themselves. It was the tank controls, the fixed cameras. I just didn't really like it. So I mean, that's probably why I never got into them earlier on. But yeah, I really like this one. I look forward to playing the DLCs for it and to playing Village, which I will also do. I haven't decided if I'm gonna go through Village once before I actually do my videos in it, because I could, I have time. There's quite a bit of DLC. I mean, if I do one DLC for each of the banned footage stuff, that's at least 4 videos there. And then there's the Not a Hero DLC, which is probably at least 2, maybe 3 videos, and then the End of Zoe, which is probably 2, maybe 3 videos. So I mean, I still have like 2 to 3 weeks roughly, which is more than enough time to get through a Resident Evil game. Especially since I have next week off work. As of me recording this, as of you watching it, I'm currently off of work and I have to go back next week. In fact, you'd be watching this on a Friday, so I'd have to be going back right away. But yeah, since I finished this, I don't know if I want to jump right into the DLCs on Sunday or if I want to wait until next Monday to do them and to pick up another like short game to play for Sunday. Or maybe a super long game. But I guess I already have Skyrim going, although we are tearing through Skyrim way faster than I thought we would. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this game at 4 videos a week, or if I'm going to find another short game. I guess this would have made a good Sunday game, as it is pretty short itself. I mean, I want to say it's only like 6 parts long, right? I think. So, if that actually, because we did 3 parts this week. So 7 parts long, which isn't very long at all. But I'll keep these at 3 videos a week, just because, like I said, there's a lot of DLC to get through. We'll go through the banned footage stuff. I'm not going to do Ethan Must Die. Oh, if you guys ask me to, I might do like one run through it. But I'll probably start with Nightmare, go into Bedroom, and then to 21, because I think that's the correct order. Like I said, without seeing the ending, or what like the ending cutscene for Nightmare is, maybe it comes after Bedroom, but either way, I'm pretty sure that 21 is the last one you would have to do. And I don't know about Daughters. I don't know if that could very well be one that you play as Mia and not as Clancy. I don't know. But I know that there is 2 endings to it, because there's an achievement for the bad ending and an achievement for the true ending. So I might have to look up to see what I need to do for the true ending, because I would like to get that for the video, for the series here. But yeah, as for like, I guess, mini review that I normally do, gameplay's good. I felt like easy was too easy, and normal was... I feel like the enemies did too much damage. Or it wasn't even that the enemies did too much damage for normal. I think they took too much damage for normal. But it's not even the amount of damage they take. It's the fact that shooting them makes them stagger towards you and get in an attack, right? Like, I feel like if you just shot one of them, they should stagger backwards or be staggered. They shouldn't sprint towards you and hit you after, immediately after they've been shot, you know? And the little crawly fuckers can just go kill themselves. I hate them with a passion, especially in the last bit here. I should have kept that fucking saw on just for that. But yeah, the bosses are good. Madhouse difficulty, Jack can go fuck himself in the garage. That took me a long time to get through. Good God, Madhouse difficulty, Mia, that first fight that you do with her, you can get, I think, how many did I have? I just did everything possible in that. Get 30 shots anyway. It takes 24 headshots to kill her. And you can only take 2 or 3 hits from her, I think. It's fucking brutal getting past her. I mean, she's considered the hardest boss on Madhouse difficulty. and I could definitely see why. Um, but yeah, as for Madhouse difficulty, it definitely seems doable. I just didn't find it fun. Like everything did so much damage to me. I was doing like piss all damage to them. Like it just took so much to kill everything that it's just, yeah, and so little to kill me that it just wasn't fun enough for me to want to finish it. I do like the getting stuff, like unlocking stuff extras for beating the game. That's probably one of the reasons why I enjoy Resident Evil 5 so much, because like you play through the game and you find stuff, but your inventory is just your inventory. It doesn't matter if you restart a level. It doesn't matter if you replay a different, like if you replay a different chapter. Like you can be in like chapter 19, be running out of ammo, replay chapter 1, get ammo, have it for chat, and then go back to chapter 19 with said ammo. Now, obviously, that's kind of cheating, but you also don't have to do it. You know, but you can go back to an easier place to stock up on stuff if you so choose, right? Which was really nice. But yeah, like as you saw there, the circular saw just for being the game. The defense things apparently are like super good. If you have both of them, you take 0 damage. But then that's also taking 2 inventory slots to take that 0 damage when you're blocking. Only when you're blocking. But I mean, to be fair, most of the time, even on Madhouse difficulty, the only time that I'm getting hit is in times where like I wouldn't be able to block, you know? Like I said, like I'll shoot somebody and they'll just like sprint and whack me, and like, yeah, I can block there, but some of them, like those little fuckers and that, and like the problem with even if you take 0 damage, I don't know if like you take no damage, because like when you get hit, it does break your block, and like going through Madhouse, the times that I got hit the most was with Marguerite and her stupid bugs. Like I realistically took very little damage getting like on the way to the fight with Jack in the basement, like the chainsaw fight with him. I realistically took very little damage that entire time on Madhouse, and I took no damage during the actual fight because it's a joke when you have the circular saw. But yeah, like going through the guest house with Marguerite and fighting Marguerite, even just like in the hole, that took so much, and blocking wouldn't even help because like it might stop the big bugs from hitting you, but those little bugs, I'm pretty sure, still do damage through the block because there's just so much of them, and they would just cover you, and it would be a constant attack. So even if you were taking no damage, you would have to drop your guard to attack at some point, in which case as soon as that guard drops, you're gonna get hit. Like, so I mean, it's not great to say the least. As for the achievements are fine. The only thing I don't like is that Ethan Must Die mode has an achievement for doing it, and it's just such a random crap shoot. Like, it's on Madhouse difficulty, everything is mixed up. You have a bunch of crates that give you random shit, and a lot of them will just explode and kill you. You have to face Marguerite, like that's your goal, is to fight Marguerite, and she's definitely the harder of the bosses. And then for like the DLCs, they all seem fairly doable achievement wise. I mean, if it wasn't for the Ethan Must Die achievement, I may have pushed myself to make it through Madhouse difficulty. But like I said, I just, with as little fun as I was having on Madhouse difficulty, and knowing that I had the Ethan Must Die achievement that I was like just not going to get. I mean, if it wasn't for that achievement, you know, I'd probably push myself to get the rest of them, but there's some, I guess those aren't achievements. But yeah, like overall it's a good game. If I play through it again at some point, I'll probably do it on easy instead of normal. Like I said, normal wasn't bad. We did it. We had a huge amount of backup stuff. It took us 6 hours, 3 restarts, so we died 3 times. Now, this Mr. Everywhere destroyed total, that's 20 out of 20. Even if I had missed one in there, it would still say 20 out of 20. But the antique coins, we got all those. We found all the files, and I think those are tracked per save, not overall. Like the Mr. Everywheres, as soon as you've destroyed 20 of them, that will always say 20. We opened the item box 63 times, used 34 healing items. Like I said, there's an achievement for only opening the item box 3 times. If you can make it through Madhouse difficulty, that achievement becomes insanely easy because you get infinite ammo. There's also an achievement for only healing 3 times. Once again, if you make it through Madhouse difficulty, infinite ammo would make that significantly easier because you could just blast away. And if you use your steroids to heal, they don't count as a healing item, but will give you full health. And even like if I went through it on easy again, I could probably do that without healing, or with barely healing, I would imagine. It's weird that there's 4 steroids but only 2 stabilizers. But yeah, so that would unlock the Secrets of Defense, and I think, yeah, that's the only unlock. So if I combine the Secrets of Defense with the Essence of Defense, you apparently take 0 damage when you block. But that's it for the main game. Like I said, we have banned footage. Oh, I did play some of this Jack's 55th birthday. I'll probably do one video in it just to show you guys what it is, but it's not. You know what? Maybe I'll do this and Ethan Must Die in one part. I'll just like throw them, like I'll just do one level of the 55th birthday and give like 1 or 2 run-throughs of Ethan Must Die just to show you guys. Just so that like it's on my channel, just to be like, hey, look, I played it. But yeah, if we go to Jack's 55th birthday, I got some A ranks and a B rank, and then I just stopped caring. Because the achievement is to get, for this DLC, the achievement is to get an S rank or better on every level, and I just don't see myself doing it. Like, in all honesty, this one, you have to beat it with 14 minutes left on the clock. You start with 15 minutes on the clock. So you have to beat it basically in under a minute. This one you have to beat in under 9 minutes. This one, the main house one probably seemed like the most doable out of them. But yeah, yeah. And then obviously we have the Ethan Must Die mode, which is just like the random crapola mode. And then we have the End of Zoe, which takes place after the main game. We have the Not a Hero, which takes place when you first reach, or it starts when you, as Ethan, first reach the mine. As you're going through the mines, Chris is going through a different set of mines. Because, like, if you remember when we made it to the shack and we listened to the radio, that was Chris that we heard saying that he thought or that Lucas was spotted down in the mines and he was going to check it out. And then the banned footage here has Nightmare, Bedroom, 21, and Daughters. So I'm assuming that that's the order that you should play them in. But yeah, Nightmare is a wave survival. I think it's considered done when you make it past 5 waves. Bedroom is an escape room game. That's really cool. 21 is literally you play blackjack. You have to make it through 3 different rounds of it, though, or 3 different rule sets. And then Daughters, I have no fucking idea. But I'm going to assume that you should play that one last, and it probably is Mia that you play as instead of Clancy. But that is it for the main Resident Evil 7 game. Next time, either Sunday or next Monday, whichever I decide to do, I will be back with the Nightmares part of the banned footage DLC.